Hello, which mic did you use?
I used yellow at the end, but
Yeah.
Okay.
Lose the mask for a few minutes.
It's up to you. You are in charge of the sound, so you decide who should be wearing a mic.
Can be loud enough.
Scott, what do you? Okay, do.
I can lower the mask, I think, for saying a few words,
Yeah.
but otherwise keep it on.
It's up to you. You are in charge of the sound, so decide.
We're now on YouTube as well.
Scott, what do you? Okay, do.
it's definitely loud. I'm not doing that right now. There we go. Now I'm doing it.
Well, then maybe Elle is the only one who needs a mic. What do you think?
Press green.
That's kind of what we did the other night, and it seemed okay.
Okay, you are in charge. I don't know anything. So then we just get the rest of the mics off the Beamer so they won't be in the way.
I'll just hold it. Here, let's put it on the back. Where should I clip it? Should I clip it here? Press the button.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna need somebody.
Hello, how are you, Carol?
Want to bring the talit?
Bye, Thomas. Your king.
Maybe if I stand right in the middle, say my few words, it'll be heard of. Lower the mask for that, just those few minutes.
Would someone close the door to the Rabbi David's office? Because it's bright white and distracting. Thank you, Scott. Shoot.
Are we live?
Yes.
When did we go live?
About 7, 8 minutes ago, but we were muted. No, the only people unmuted are us and Rabbi Jim.
Rabbi Bob, would you like to welcome everyone to the service?
Is it time? It is time.
Yeah.
All right,
Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and good Shabbos. It is a beautiful day here in Huntington. The sun is out. The sun is actually inside. You can see Ella smiling, and she's just, the room is just so much brighter with her smile, even behind the mask. We are here, of course, to celebrate Shabbat, but also Ella's bat mitzvah. And it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful day as Ella's surrounded by her family and people who love her. And so I'm going to turn the service over to two people, to Rabbi Jean and to Ella. And we're going to continue. So everyone enjoy this morning's service.
If you happen to have Mishkan Tefillah at home, we begin our service on page 74. Otherwise, just listen and enjoy. And anything you don't understand, just enjoy the sound of it. We begin with Matovu. How fair are your tents, O Jacob, your dwellings, O Israel. Matovu, Matovu, Ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkanotecha Yisrael, Matovu, Matovu, Ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkanotecha Yisrael, Vani merov chastecha, avo v'techa, yeshtachav elecha kodecha, ve'iratecha, vani tefilati lecha, Adonai et ratzon, Elohim merov chastecha, Elohim merov chastecha, aneni be'emet yisherecha, Matovu, Matovu, Ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkanotecha Yisrael, Matovu, Matovu, Ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkanotecha Yisrael. We turn to page 80, and if you have the book, please join us in our morning blessings, our Nisim B'chol Yom in Hebrew and in English.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan l'segvi binah l'chasim ben yom u'ben layla.
Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who has given the mind the ability to distinguish day from night.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, poteach ibnu.
Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who opens the eyes of the blind.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, matir asuri.
Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who frees the captive.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, zokef kefufim.
Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who lifts up the fallen. And we continue on page 86.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tivanu la'asot v'dibra Torah.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to engage with words of Torah.
From the cowardice that shrinks new truth, from the laziness that is content with half-truth, from the arrogance that thinks it knows all truth, O God of truth, deliver us. Blessed is Adonai, teach your Torah to your people. Baruch atah Adonai, hamamei Torah lamo Israel.
And we continue on page 100 with our praise song for the morning. Hallelujah, 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 it breathes. Praise God. As we turn to page 106 for Chatzi Kaddish.
Yitgidal v'yitgadash shemei rabah, ve'alma divra hirute, ve'amlik malchute, v'chayehon u'yomehon, u'chayeh dekol bet Israel, va'agala v'izman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shemei rabah v'varach, l'olam v'lomei olam. In English. Blessed, praised, honored, exalted, extolled, glorified, adored, and loved. Be the name of the Holy Blessed One, beyond all earthly words and songs of blessing, praise, and comfort, to which we say, Amen.
Amen. If you are willing and able, please rise for Baruch Hu, page 109. Baruch Hu et Adonai, HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai, HaMevorach, Le'olam Va'ed. Praise Adonai, to whom praise is due forever. This is the part where you answer. If you have a book, Ella, help them out. Praise be Adonai, to whom praise is due now and forever. Turning to page 110, we continue with a morning blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, yotzer uvorei choshen, oseh shalom uvorei et halchot. In the beginning, even then, a new light was sown for the righteous, a promise that your light would become the catalyst first for order, and then for hope. Author of language and light, help us to use words as you have, to cast light into dark waters and draw out justice and truth. Baruch atah Adonai, yotzer ha'olam.
Turning the page.
How deeply you have loved us, Adonai, O God, gracing us with the surpassing compassion on account of our forebears whose trust led you to teach them the laws of life. Be gracious to us, teaching us as well. O merciful one, have mercy on us by making us able to understand and discern, to heed, learn, and teach, and lovingly to observe, perform, and fulfill all that is in your Torah.
והערנו בתורתך, ודבק ליבנו במצוותיך, ויחל לבבנו באהבה וליראת שמך, ולא נבוש, ולא ניכלם, ולא ניכשל, לעולם ועד. כי לשם קודשך הגדול והנורא בטחנו, נגילה, ונשמחה בישועתך. ואבינו לשלום ארבע כנפות הארץ, ותוריכנו כל ממיר לארצנו, כי הפועל ישועות אתה, וברווחה תפקרבתנו לשמך הגדול, סלע באמת, להודות לך, לייחל לך באהבה. ברוך אתה אדוני, הבוחר בעמו ישראל באהבה.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Rochen, Kavod, Malchut, Le'olam Va'ed. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Blessed is God's glorious majesty forever and ever. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol modecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anati b'tzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'hivartecha v'shivtecha v'betecha v'lektecha v'aderet v'shuvtecha v'kunecha v'kshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu v'totafot b'einecha v'tavtam al mezuzot betecha v'yishalecha. Please join me in the English. You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day. Impress them upon your children, recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand, and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorstep of your house and on your gates. Lema'an tizkeru ba'asitem et kol mitzvotai, v'yitem kiddushim Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem, asher hotze etchem be'eretz Mitzrayim liyot lachem Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem.
Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments and to be holy to your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God. Adonai lechem emet. Page 121.
Amen. There is no place where you are not. Even in the wilderness, there is your word. Amen. That pen strokes of lightning, white fire, black flame, stirs the soul's passion. Guide our sacred way, true and adoring in this Torah. Your truth for us is certain and established, now and forevermore. Like Moses, Miriam, and all of Israel, we sing out.
Page 122. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedvar b'kodesh, nora tehillat oseh ba'eleh, shira chadasha shibchorim לשמחה שפתיים יחד כולם הודו והמליכו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. צור ישראל קומה בעזרת ישראל ובטחנו ממך יהודה וישראל. Ko'aleinu Adonai tzvaot shemo Kedosh Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai God Yisrael. Blessed are you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. We turn to page 124 and rise for tefillah.
Adonai sefer titach Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your Baruch atah Adonai Elohim Elohei Avotim v'Imotim Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzhak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah El Hagidol Hagibor v'Hanara El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Kim V'Kavnei Hakol V'Zocher Chasadei Avot V'Imachot V'Vid Lach V'Nei V'Neihen V'Ma'an Shelo V'Ahava Melagozer U'Moshiach Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Abraham V'Yitzhak Sarah.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, God of our fathers and mothers, God of Abraham, God of Isaac, and God of Jacob, God of Sarah, God of Rebekah, God of Rachel, and God of Leah, the great, mighty, and awesome God, transcendent God, who bestows loving kindness, creates everything out of love, remembers the love of our fathers and mothers, and brings redemption to their children's children for the sake of the divine name. Sovereign, deliverer, helper, and shield, blessed are you, Adonai, Sarah's helper, Abraham's shield. Page 128.
You are forever mighty, Adonai. You give life to all. You rain dew upon us. You sustain life through love, giving life to all. Through great compassion, supporting the fallen, healing the sick, freeing the captive, keeping faith with those who sleep in the dust. Who is like you, source of mighty acts? Who resembles you, a sovereign who takes and gives life, causing deliverance to spring up and faithfully giving life to all. Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives life to all.
Page 130. Nekadesh et shimcha ba'olam, keshem shemakdishim אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב היום נביאך, וקרא זה ואמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלך הארץ, כבודו, אדיר אדירנו, אדוני אדוננו, מקדישים בכל הארץ, ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו ומלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו, ברוך שמו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיך, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהי ציון לדור ודור. הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד קודשך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש, לשבחך עלינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. And now we turn to page 135 in the middle of the page. You may be seated.
Where has this week vanished? Is it lost forever? Will I ever recover anything from it? The joy of life, the unexpected victory, the realized hope, the task accomplished. Will I ever be able to banish the memory of pain, the sting of defeat, the heaviness of boredom? On this day, let me keep for a while what must drift away. On this day, let me be free of the burdens that must return. On this day, Shabbat, Abad, help me to withdraw for a while from the flight of time, contain the retreat of the hours of days, the grasp of frantic. Let me learn to pause, if only for this day. Let me find peace on this day. Let me enter into a quiet world this day. On this day, Shabbat, Abad. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. Please turn to page 136.
Page 136. Find favor, Adonai, our God, with your people Israel, and accept our prayer in love. Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu le'amecha Yisrael u'tefilatam be'ahava tekabel u'tihil ratzon tamid avodat Yisrael. Yisrael Amecha, Baruch atah Adonai, Hamachazir Shechinato Le'Tzion, Le'Tzion. Blessed are you, Adonai, whose presence returns to Zion. And at this point, we would like to request the presence of all of the beverages present in the main sanctuary of B'nai Shalom to come up to the Bima. They are going to lead us in the reading of a prayer, and at the end of each paragraph, each person will take a paragraph, we are going to respond, modim, which means thankful. So everybody say modim. And then anachnu, which is harder because it's got that in it. That means we. Anachnu, everybody try. Anachnu. And then lach, to you. Lach. It's like kreplach or bach or loch lomond. Modim anachnu lach. Everybody. Modim anachnu lach. Beautiful. Ella, would you start us off at the top of page 139?
For the expanding grandeur of creation, worlds known and unknown, galaxies beyond galaxies, filling us with awe and challenging our imagination.
Modim anachnu
For this fragile planet, Earth, its times and tides, its sunsets and seasons.
Modim anachnu lach.
For the joy of human life, its wonders and surprises, its hopes and achievements.
Modim
Anachnu lach. For human community, our common past and future hope, our oneness transcending all separation, our capacity to work for peace and justice in the midst of hostility and oppression.
Modim
Anachnu lach. For high hopes and noble causes, faith without fanaticism, for understanding of views not shared.
Modim anachnu lach.
For all who have labored and suffered for a fairer world, who have lived so that others might live in dignity and freedom.
Modim anachnu lach.
For human liberties and sacred rights, for opportunities to change and grow, to affirm and choose.
Modim anachnu lach.
We pray that we may live not by our fears, but by our hopes, not by our words, but by our deeds. Blessed are you, Adonai, your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. Baruch atah Adonai, hatosh
Turning the page, we have a prayer for peace. Grant us peace, goodness, and blessing. And the beverages, you can dance around or stay there or go back to your seats, whatever you want to do. Dim shalom tov uvracha chen v'chesed v'rachamim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael amecha barecheinu yotzreinu kulan ke'echad be'or panecha kivol panecha natata lanu Adonai Eloheinu Torah chaim ve'avat chesed utzedaka uvracha v'rachamim rachamim v'chaim v'shalom v'rachamim v'chaim v'shalom v'tov b'einecha levarech et amecha Yisrael b'chol עת ובחושך בשלומך. ברוך אתה אדוני המלך את עמו ישראל בשלום. Praised are you, Adonai, who blesses your people Israel and all the world with peace. We continue in silence with our own thoughts for the words of the prayer book. We come out of our silent prayer on page 142 in the middle.
be acceptable to you, Adonai, my rock and my redeemer.
Amen. So that concludes the beginning part of our service, but now we have what we do every Shabbat, but it'll be extra special this Shabbat. We'll have a Torah service where Ella will read to us from the Torah, and it's typical to rise as we take the Torah to the ark, out of the ark. If you're not actually in the sanctuary, the rules are a little shaky on this. We didn't have the internet when we made all these rules back in the day, but you're welcome to rise or stay seated. But everyone in the sanctuary should rise as we're taking the Torah out of the ark. We need all the beverages up there lined up in your generational order, I think is what we want to say. You should be able to figure that out. And as soon as we get the Torah out of the ark, we will pass it through the generations, and Rabbi David will be in charge of that. But first, whoever is closest to the ark, Gavin and William, you two, one of you is going to open the ark when we get there, just a minute, not quite yet. I'll give you a sign. Can you see me, Gavin and William? I'll go like this. That means go open the ark. Got it? Yeah, nodding. Okay, so here we are. We're on page 244 in the Siddur. There is none like you among the gods, Adonai. In kamocha Elohim Adonai, ben kema'asecha, malchutecha malchut ka'olamim, u'memshaltecha bechol dor v'dor. And if one of you would close the ark, we'll continue singing. Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah, ki mitzion tetzeh Torah, u'devar Adonai b'Yerushalayim. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonai, Gadol Shema. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one, our God is one, Adonai is great, holy is God's name. Rabbi David.
And we'll just take a moment now to transmit the Torah from one generation of the Beverage family to the next, bearing in mind that this is symbolic of and really summarizing what we're doing here this morning, transmitting the Torah and all that it represents, the precious heritage, culture, and faith of our Jewish people from one generation to the next, from grandparents to parents to siblings to Ella. And today we entrust this precious heritage into her hands, where we know it will be honored and safe and observed for many years to come, as it will be with all members of the family. So it's our pleasure to ask members of the family, beginning with Ella's brothers, to pass it to Carol, her grandmother, and then on to her parents, and from her parents and siblings to her, as we transmit our precious faith to you this day, Ella. And we pray that God will always bless you in the observance and maintenance of our precious heritage.
And now that Ella has the Torah, she will symbolically carry it around to everyone. Lecha Adonai authority and preeminence above all. And as the Torah is laid on the bima, everyone is welcome to sit down again, except of course for Ella, who is going to find her place. Rabbi Judd will help her find her place. And I will give you a little context. So we're in the book of Numbers now. Shlach Lecha is the name of the portion. What has just happened is the people have come out of Israel. They're in the wilderness. God says, go into the land. It's yours now. And they say, oh, we'll send some scouts in first. And the scouts come back and say, it's amazing. They have grapes this big. And it's a wonderful place. But the trouble is they're giants who live there. And so we don't think it's really a good idea. We felt like grasshoppers. We must have looked like grasshoppers to them. So let's not go after all. But Joshua and Caleb are like, no, go, go, go. And everyone else is, no, we're afraid. Okay. So that is the state of high anticipation, which we find ourselves in right now. So the first person who is going to come up and give a Torah blessing before Ella reads her first part of the Torah is Rabbi David Butcher, who is the Emeritus Rabbi of Congregation B'nai Shalom. Ya'amod Harav David ben Mordechai LaKohen Aliyah Harishona.
Also, Tori Witcher,
Avigam Tori,
who is the rabbi's wife emeritus of B'nai Shalom.
who is very important, and I'm sorry I can't see you, so I don't know you're there.
And Jean, can you call her too? Avida Malka Bas Aaron.
Ta'amod Avida Malka Bat Aaron Aliyah Harishona.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaBorach.
Baruch Adonai HaBarach L'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaBorach L'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Vakisa kol ha'eda vayisnu et kolam vaytu ha'am b'layla ha'hu. Vayilonu al Moshe ve'al Aharon kol b'nei Israel vayomru aleichem kol ha'eda yimanu be'eretz Mitzrayim o b'midbar hazeh yimanu. Ve'lama Adonai levi otanu al el ha'aretz Hazot Mipol be'eretz Mitzrayim. Nashenu v'tapenu yu levaz halom tolam shu Mitzrayim.
Mitzrayim. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Natan Lanu Torah Emet V'chaye Olam Nata B'tochenu. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. And for our second aliyah, oh, and you're going to read the English too. Do you have the Chumash there? So we all know. Thank you.
English, what Ella just read from Numbers chapter 14. The whole community broke into loud cries, and the people wept that night. All the Israelites railed against Moses and Aaron. If only we had died in the land of Egypt, the whole community shouted at them. Or if only we might die in this wilderness. Why is the Eternal taking us to that land to fall by the sword? Our wives and children will be carried off. It will be better for us to go back to Egypt. Amen.
Thank you.
Hmm?
And for the second aliyah, we have William Beverage. Ya'amod Malach Yitzhak ben Timur Uvraina aliyah hashenit.
Baruch
Baruchu et Adonai Hamborach.
Baruch Adonai Baruch
Baruch Adonai Hamborach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech Halom. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim. V'na'atan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Ram Ish El Ahiv Nitna Rosh Ben Ashuva Mitzrayma Vayipol Moshe ve'Aharon Al Pneihem Bifnei Kol Kahal Adat Bnei Israel Ve'Hoshua bin Nun ve'Halev ben Funeh Min Hatalim Et Haaretz Karu B'Dehem Vayamru El Kol Adat Bnei Israel Lemor Haaretz Asher Avanuva L'Tor Ota Tova Haaretz Me'od.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech Halom. Asher natan lanu Torah emet. Chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Thank you, William. Stay there with Rabbi Witcher. Now, for the third Aliyah, Rabbi Robert Judd, who is the current rabbi of B'nai Shalom, will be reading from the scroll, and Ella will be reading the blessings. And you don't want to say this before they study, but this is actually the only part that you really have to actually do to become Bar Bat Mitzvah, is say the Torah blessings. So now, this is it, Ella.
Baruch et Adonai Baruch, Baruch Adonai Baruch, Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
In chafetz banu Adonai ve'evi otanu el haaretz hazot v'natna lanu eretz asher hi davach halav udvash ach ba'Adonai al timroduhu ve'otam al tira'uhu et am haaretz ki lachmanu hem sartzilam elehem va'Adonai itanu al tira'uhu Vayomeru kol ha'edah lirgom itan ba'avanim v'chavod Adonai nirah v'ohel moed al el kol b'nei Yisrael.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam, asher natan lanu Torah v'chagei olam. Eloheinu Baruch atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. And Ella, would you get the Chumash and read both your part and his part? So beginning on verse 8. No, beginning on verse 5. Page 982.
Verse 5, right?
Then Moses and Aaron fell on their faces.
Then Moses and Aaron fell on their faces before all the assembled congregation of Israelites, and Joshua son of Nun and Caleb son Jephunneh, of those who had scouted the land, rent their clothes and extorted the whole Israelite community. The land that we traversed and scouted is an exceedingly good land. If pleased with us, the Eternal will bring us into the land, and a land that flows with milk and honey. Give it to us. But we must not rebel against the Eternal. Have no fear then of the people of the country, for they are our prey. Their protection has departed from them, but the Eternal is with us. Have no fear of them. And hoping threatened to help them with sin, the presence of the Eternal appeared in the tent of meeting to all the Israelites.
Thank you, Ella and rabbis and Tori and William. And now Gavin is going to come up, and he will be our Hagbaha, who will raise the Torah up. And again, if you're present, please rise as the Torah is getting ready to rise. And we'll be singing from the Siddur on the bottom of page 252. Go ahead, Gavin, whenever you're ready. וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לפני בני ישראל פי אדוני ביד משה. וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לפני בני ישראל על פי אדוני ביד משה. Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. This is the Torah which Moses placed before the people of Israel, God's word through the hand of Moses. And as the Torah comes to rest in its stand, everyone may be seated. And now it is time for Misha Beirach. This is a prayer for people who are in need of healing. And it can be because of addiction or a healing of mind or body or just bad spirits, any number of reasons. So it is our tradition to have people offer the names of people they're thinking of. And so I'm going to be quiet for a moment, and anyone in the congregation or assembled, you may say or think the names of people you are praying for healing.
Michelle Campbell,
For these and for all those who are in need of healing, we offer Misha Beirach, page 253. Misha Beirach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Limatenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misha Beirach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. And now it is time to read from the Haftarah, which today is from the book of Joshua. You'll want to find that in the Chumash there. You got it ready, Ella? On page 998 is where we'll be reading from the second chapter of Joshua. And then in the Siddur, in the prayer book, we're on page 254. So Ella, whenever you're ready, please give us the blessing before the Haftarah and read the Haftarah to us.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'yamim tovim v'ratzah v'divrei hanet amarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai Eloher b'torah u'Moshe abdo u'Yisrael amo u'v'ei ha'emet v'tzedek.
Amen.
Joshua, son of Nun, secretly sent 2 spies from Shittim, saying, "Go, you can enter the region of Jericho." So they set out, and they came to the house of a harlot named Rahab, and lodged there. The king of Jericho was told, "Some men have come here tonight, Israelites, to spy out the country." The king of Jericho thereupon sent orders to Rahab, "Produce the men who came to you and entered your house, for they have come to spy out the whole country." The woman, however, had taken the two men and hidden them. It is true, she said. The men did come to me, but I didn't know where they were from. And at dark, when the gate was about to be closed, the men left. I don't know where the men went. Quick, go after them, for you can overtake them. Now she had taken them up to the roof and hidden them under some stalks of flax, which she had lying on the roof. So the men pursued them in the directions of the Jordan, down to the fords, and no sooner had the pursuers gone out than the gate was shut behind them. The spies had not yet gone to sleep when she came up to them on the roof. She said to the men, I know that the Lord has given the country to you. His dread of you has fallen upon us, and all the inhabitants of the land are quaking before you. For we've heard how the Lord dried up the waters of the sea of reeds for you when you left Egypt, and what you did to Sihon and Og, the two Amorite kings across the Jordan whom you doomed. When we heard about it, we lost heart, and no man had any more spirit left because of you. For the Lord your God is the only God in heaven above and on earth below. Now since I have shown loyalty to you, swear to me by the Lord that you in turn will show loyalty to my family. Provide me with a reliable sign that you will spare the lives of my father and mother, my brothers and sisters, and all who belong to them, and save us from death. The men answered her, our persons are pledged for yours, even to death. If you do not disclose this mission of ours, we will show you true loyalty when the Lord gives us the land. She let them down by a rope through the window, for her dwelling was at the outer side of the city wall, and she lived in the actual wall. She said to them, make for the hills so that the pursuers may not come up upon you. Stay there in hiding 3 days until the pursuers return, then go your way.
The blessing afterwards?
Oh, I probably stopped there. But the men warned her, we will be released from this oath which you have made us take, unless when we invade the country, you tie this length of crimson cord to the window through which you let us down. Bring your father, your mother, your brothers, and all your family together in the house. And if anyone ventures outside the doors of your house, his blood will be on his head, and we shall be cleared. But if a hand is laid on anyone who remains in the house with you, his blood shall be on your head, our heads. And if you disclose this mission of ours, we shall likewise be released from the oath which you made us take. She replied, let it be as you say. She set them on their way, and they left, and she tied the crimson cord to the window. They went straight to the hills and stayed there 3 days until the pursuers turned back. And so the pursuers, searching all along the road, did not find them. Then the two men came down again from the hills and crossed over. They came to Joshua son of Nun and reported to him all that happened to them. They said to Joshua, the Lord has delivered the whole land into our power. In fact, all the inhabitants of the land are quaking before us. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, rock of all creation, righteous one of all generations, the faithful God whose word is deep. Every command is just and true. For the Torah, for the privilege of worship, for the prophets, for the Shabbat that you, Adonai, our God, have given us. For holiness and rest, for honor and glory, we thank and bless you. May your name be blessed forever and ever. By every living being, praise to you, Adonai, for the Sabbath and its holiness. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh haShabbat.
Amen. Now, Ella, would you come closer to the laptop here so people at home can hear you better? There you go. As you give us your Dvar Torah, your commentary on what you read in the Torah portion.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
My Torah portion is Salah. The story best known in this section is the story of the spies.
Slower, louder.
The story begins when Moses sends out 12 spies to the land of Canaan. When they come back, they tell a story to all the Israelites about the land of Canaan. This story made the Israelites upset because the story they told made it sound like they were going to die trying to get the land. For example, 10 of the spies said the land was filled with giants, and that when compared to them, the Israelites would look like grasshoppers. When Joshua said they should believe in God and what he has planned, the people didn't listen and cried out in fear. God then punished this generation of Israelites born in Egypt for not believing in what God had said by having them roam the desert for 40 years. In the Torah story about the spies went to the land and came back and told a story that had very little truth behind it. One question that I have is, why would the spies tell this story? Well, I have two reasons why I believe they would tell this story. One of is that they wanted to sabotage the plan because they didn't like Moses for taking them out of Egypt, where they felt life was good, even though it wasn't. Or maybe they were just negative people. Another reason I have is that they were scared. They had grown up in Egypt and didn't know anything else. This is a very big change for them, and change can be a scary thing for anyone. Something else I learned is that the Israelites got really upset after hearing what the spies said. I believe there are other ways the Israelites could have handled the situation. One of them is they could have asked questions about the land and learned more about it. They didn't have to accept what the spies said at face value. They could have also checked it out for themselves and saw if the story was true or not. Then they could have decided what to do with the whole community. There are a few lessons we can learn from this story, and we can apply them to our lives. What I learned from this story is that we should not get upset about something before we know what it's about. Rather than listening to people, especially negative people, we should check out what they are saying before we react. We should try whatever it is before we get upset about it. And if we decide we don't like whatever it is, then we don't have to continue. I also learned from the spies that we shouldn't listen to the negative people and should look on the bright side. Today I became a bat mitzvah, and that means I am a Jewish adult. Now I have all sorts of new responsibilities in the Jewish community. Some of these responsibilities include getting counted in a minyan, wearing a talit, and leading a Shabbat service. These are just a few of my new responsibilities. Now I can participate in the adult Jewish community. Hopefully I will behave like Joshua, who saw the positive, and not like the spies, who saw the negative. Thank you to everyone who helped me reach this point in my life. I want to thank my parents, my brothers, and my grandparents for all the support they have given me. Thank you, Rabbi Jean, for helping me to learn Hebrew and how to lead the services. Thank you to my friends who have helped me along the way and helped me to be a better person. I want to thank B'nai Shalom for all their support in my journey. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you so much. And now Rabbi Judd is going to come forward. He who helped you write your Dvar Torah.
So Ella, Mazal Tov to you, to your parents, to your brothers who are out there, and especially to your grandmother who made me this fantastic mask. This is a very special and exciting day for you. You worked hard to get here, and it really shows. And I hope that you think it was worth the effort. You worked with Rabbi Jean for over a year, and for the last month or so, you got to work with me on your Dvar Torah. I looked forward to our meetings. You were always prepared. Not only did you have answers, you also had questions. And it was a pleasure to work with you as you wrote your talk this morning. Your Torah portion gives us a very important lesson about how we speak and how we listen. You taught us not to be quick about judging what we hear, but to check things out before we react. And you taught us to look for the good and not to see just the bad. Good advice for our world. Take a moment and look at all the people here. This is your support system. They are the most important people in your life. They are here for you, and you are here for them. These are the people who care about and love you. Today is the first day in your adult Jewish life. Enjoy it. You've learned a lot, but there's still much more to learn. You are an amazing person. I am certain that Judaism will continue to be a part of your adult life. It's been my pleasure working with you as you got ready for today. Ella, may you always grow from strength to strength. May you always be a source of great blessing to your family and to the entire Jewish people. Shabbat Shalom.
Amen. Amen. I just put my mask on for solidarity there. And remember to look at us too, Ella. There are people here who are your loved ones who are caring for you also. And a bunch of people on YouTube as well whom you can't see. So we are a huge group. Now, Rabbi David has a few words he would like to impart.
Thank you, Rabbi Jean. It's a pleasure to be involved this morning. It's a pleasure to have known the Beverage family for many years, all of whom are wonderful. And Ella, you've done so well today. We're so proud of you. I also want to note that for the first time in 100 years, maybe ever, you are a bat mitzvah that has 3 rabbis involved in your ceremony in Huntington, West Virginia. This, I think, is an all-time record, at least for the 20th and 21st centuries. This is surely a sign of how you are to be blessed from here on in the future. You understand so well, as your family does too, that it's a matter of learning the prayers, which you've done beautifully with, and also of committing yourself to the doing of good deeds, as you're doing through your service project and in many other ways in our community. And my prayer for you is simply that you grow ever stronger in both of those areas, the learning of our prayers and all of our tradition, and the doing of good deeds in both the Jewish and general communities. You're off to a great start. May you continue in these endeavors, and may God bless you in all these ways from this day forth, as God has surely blessed you and your family up to this day. That's my prayer for you, and may we say amen.
Amen. Thank you. Rabbi David's known you since you were born. I've only known you since you were 4. So my rabbi down here, Rabbi Jason Rosenberg, who actually Rabbi Judd knew because he was a rabbi down here in Tampa. He said, so your studying gave you the skills to lead a service and read from Torah, but your service project is what gave you the right to be up there and lead us in prayer. So would you tell people what your service project was and how that finished up?
My Mitzvah project was a book drive for the Hoops Children's Hospital. My goal was not only to provide books, but also an audio version of these books. This would allow children who can't or are unable to read access to these books as well. Through your generous donations, I have raised over $1,000, which will allow me to provide books and an MP3 player with a Bluetooth speaker for the audiobooks. Again, I would just like to thank everyone who donated to my project.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. We're very proud of you in so many ways. And we haven't even mentioned shot putting once today. So we'll go without that. At this point, we would like your parents, and I think your Dalma also want to come up and say a little something to you. Are they coming?
Yes.
Excellent. Here we go. I see them.
Ella says don't cry, but
No, don't tell me.
Crying is perfectly fine. She can just look the other direction when you cry.
So as you said, Rabbi Witcher has known Ella since before she was born, and she's literally the temple baby. We couldn't ask for a better family than the community here at B'nai Shalom. Sorry. Just what happens. And not to provide too much information, but Ella really is a blessing. We were told after Gavin that we were not able to have more children. And here she is, proof. And I actually give credit to Rabbi Witcher. We were at our first B'nai Shalom event. I was sitting at a table. He came up behind me, put his hands on my shoulders, and he said, so are you planning to have more children? And I looked at him and I said, from your mouth to God's ears. And here she is, our blessing. So thank you. And I just, I wanted to say something about Ella. So I used her name, E-L-L-A, and I thought of some adjectives that I thought really fit her personality. So E, effervescent, someone who's enthusiastic and vivacious. Ella generally lives life to the fullest, and she helps us also live our lives very full. Loving. She's very big-hearted, and even though sometimes she doesn't like you to see her emotion, she has big emotions, and she cares deeply for her family and her friends and the community in general. L, lustrous, which I didn't know the definition of, but it means brilliant. And Ella has proven again and again that not only is she intellectually brilliant, but she's life brilliant. She finds ways to adapt and ways to learn and ways to grow all the time. And A, amazing, speaks for itself, but she's full of wonder and excitement. And everything she does, I see the potential for her just to have an amazing life. So for that, I'm grateful, and we love you.
Ella, your great-grandmother and your great-grandmothers
See, I get it from her.
would be spelling, which is Yiddish for just being proud and bragging. Right about now, me, I can't take but little credit for your bar mitzvah today, aside from maybe an unbroken bloodline. But your mother, Samantha, assured that you were raised fully in the Jewish tradition, in a temple community that nurtured you, and in the faith of your birthright. I'm so very proud of you both. And maybe I'm doing a little crying and expelling myself.
Thank you, Carol. There are some presents under the lectern there. If you all would pull them out. Not Ella, no, not Ella. Ella, you stand there. You don't have to do anything anymore. Now, there's something. And is there a card?
This is from Sam and James. Do we open it?
Wonderful. I don't know if you have to open it now.
Okay.
If Sam wants to hop up and say something, he is welcome to.
We have to leave because of James's accident.
Okay.
This is from Sisterhood.
Sisterhood is giving you a present. Wonderful.
This is Ella Beverage. I'm not sure where it came from.
Wonderful. So I know the Federated Jewish Charities had something to do. That's probably that. And it's money for a trip to Israel. That's what they always give. Not a whole trip, but, you know, helping towards a trip.
This is a gift from the Temple Board.
Temple Board's thinking of you. Very good.
And this is heavy. And this is from Rabbi Bob.
I wonder if it's a book. And is my present under there too?
I don't see any more.
Well, if it's not, Martha will find it and give it to you. I sent you a present too, but that's all right. It must have got lost in the sauce, which is just fine. So now it's time to rise and return the Torah to the Ark. If you have a book, we're on page 274. Samantha and Tim are in charge of returning the Torah to the Ark, and then we'll leave the Ark open for Aleinu. If you can, please rise. It's Chaim v'lamachzikim v'tamcha ma'ushar yeracheh darchei noam v'chol netivotah shalom hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashova Chadesh Chadesh Yameinu Chadesh Yameinu Kekedem. Return us to you, Adonai, and we will return. Renew our days as of old. And if you have a prayer book, we're on page 282 for Aleinu. It is up to us to praise God. Aleinu v'shabeach l'Adonai, v'atet kedusah v'yotzer b'reshit, shelo asanu k'gvei haratzot, ולא שמנו כמשפחת האדמה, שלא שמחה כגרם, וגר עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים, ונתברך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. Rabbi David, I stole your thunder. Would you like to continue on page 284?
Yes, 284. Shehuno keshamayim v'yosei haaretz, u'moshav yikara b'shamayim mima'al, u'shkinatu zo, Hu Eloheinu Eloheinu Emet Malkeinu Efesu Lato Kakatu B'Torato Yadata Hayom V'Hashevota El V'Vavecha Ki Adonai Hu Elohim B'Shamayim Mimah V'Yaharetz V'Yaharetz and reading now at the bottom of that same page, we therefore hope in you, Adonai our God. May we soon behold the glory of your might, sweeping away the false gods of the earth, and idolatry be utterly destroyed, perfecting the world under the rule of God, and all humanity invoke your name, turning all the wicked of the earth toward you. And page 287. Thus it has been said, Adonai will be sovereign over all the earth. On that day, Adonai will be one, and God's name will be one. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai, v'melech al ha'aretz, v'yom ha'hu, v'yom ha'hu, yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo, u'shemo, u'shemo echad.
And we turn to Rabbi Judd.
As it go up.
Rabbi Bob was able to find your gift for Ella. Rabbi Jean. I don't know if she heard me.
And now Rabbi Judd will be leading us in Kaddish Yatom, the mourner's Kaddish.
This week, we observed the following yard sites: Harold L. Herbert, Alice's husband; Al Elderman, relative of Ida Strauss; Evelyn Firestein, Steve Firestein's mother; Sidney Fellenton, David Fellenton's mother; Louis Michelson, married to Esther, father of Shirley Michelson, Bro Davis; Harry Moel, son of Abe, and was married to Ruth; Dr. Jacob Weinberger, Richard's father; Louis Cohen, David and Billy Glick's uncle; Evelyn Friedlander, friend of Robert Davis; Ben Kalman, Sharon Weed's father; Stanley S. Gold, Matilda's husband; Rose Masis, Alice Herbert's aunt; Gertrude Rose, Barrett Scholl's relative; Isabel Strauss Silverman, Harold Strauss's relative. May their souls be bound up in the bond of life eternal. May their memories be a blessing to us all, and may they all rest in peace. Page 294, Kaddish Yatom, Mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal, V'yitkadash, Shemei Rabbah, V'alma Divrach Hirutei, V'amlik Malchutei, V'chayechon, V'yomechon, Uv'chaye Defol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala V'zman Kariv V'imru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevorach Le'olam Olamei Almaya. Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh. V'yithadar V'yitalev V'yithalal Shmei Dekudesha Brichu. Le'elam Min Kol Birchata V'shirata. Tush B'chata V'nechamata, Da'amiran V'elma V'imru, Amen. Yehei Shlomo Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chaim Aleinu, V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru, Amen. Oseh Shalom B'mromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru, Amen.
So everyone, thank you so much for coming. If Scott would unmute all the guests now, you are welcome to talk to Ella as soon as we finish singing Adon Olam, which I believe is on page 321. Adon Olam Hashem Malach B'terem kol yitzir nivra la'ed naseh v'chefto kol azan melech shemo nikra v'acharei kiklot hakol לבדו ימלוך נורא, והוא היה והוא הווה, והוא יהיה בתפארה, והוא אחד ועם שני, להמשיך להכפירה, בלי ראשית בלי תכלית, ולעוז והמשרה, והוא אלי וחי גולי, וצורחיו לי בעת צרה, והוא ניסי ומנוס לי, מנת כוסי ביום אקרא, בידו תפקיד רוחי, ותשתל העירה, ועם רוחי גבייתי, אדוני לי ולא יירא. When I sleep and when I wake, God is with me, I shall not fear. Mazel tov to Ella. Everybody should be unmuted so you can all say and whatever you want. Ella, come close so they can talk to you.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov, Ella.
Bella, you crushed it. Oh, these are all the people that were on YouTube, huh?
Right.
With the video.
That's Michelle.
We're so proud of you. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Still
Look at all those beautiful
Thank you, Jean. Thank you, Jean.
Thank you to everyone for coming. Hope this set the tone for an absolutely wonderful Shabbat, a wonderful Sabbath for everyone. I love Grammy, Pa, and Camp, who are outside having a wonderful, gorgeous morning. Thank you to everyone for coming. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Give our love to Steve and the boys.
Will do. Thank you.
We can't unmute this.
Oh, we are unmuted.
They're unmuted. Are you there, Ella?
What?
They just unmuted. Go ahead.
Hello?
We're unsure.
Forget it.
No, Libby, you're unmuted. Go ahead and talk to Ella.
Oh, so she can hear us. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Mazel tov. David and Marlene.
Wonderful, and I appreciate you doing
She can hear you now.
Oh, I'm just happy. Well, I guess we should, says Gina.
God bless. Mazel.
Well, I don't know that she can hear.
Great job leading.
Hi, Peanut.
Hi, George.
Hi.
David, not Marlene.
Mazel tov.
Is that William behind you?
Yes, and Gavin.
Hi.
Oh, God. Hi, guys.
You guys look great.
Wow,
Tim.
we miss you.
We do.
Where's the shrimp in the family?
Oh, the Dalma.
Right.
Mom. Come on.
Here, put your arm there. There you go.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah. Do you still call William Bobby?
Yes.
Very strange. My grandchildren call me Bubby.
Oh, well, that. Bubby.
There she is. Hello. You look like the child.
There you are.
Let me interrupt for a minute. Libby, if you look down in the left-hand corner, put your mouse down in the left-hand corner of your screen, there's a mute button, and you can put your arrow down there and click it, and it will unmute you. Do you see that? I don't think you can't do it. Well, you just have to wave, and Ella, you wave back.
Hello, family.
William and Gavin, come forward. I want to see you all.
Yeah, we want to see faces.
For the screen.
Oh, here's the screen?
No.
Okay, we're on, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on. I want you to see it.
Let's go closer.
Oh, there we go.
There. Good, really good.
Handsome boys.
Yes, very.
Tell who's who without the mask.
Forget him.
I'm back
I'm
again.
trying to edit my grocery order while we speak.
Oh, now we can see you.
Yeah.
There she is.
How about the three of you?
Great job.
Yeah.
What are you guys?
The three of you line up.
Oh, look at that face. Wow. You know, your hair was hanging in your face through the whole thing. We watched you dance and watched
Tim.
your hair. Hi, Tim. Your parents were up there. I think they are.
I see him up on the top right.
Yeah.
Hey, Amelia. Hey, Mom.
You're there.
Yeah. We love you guys. It's hard to believe. God, Gavin, are you the tallest of the bunch?
What?
Are you the tallest of the bunch?
Yeah. I barely have dad, just a little bit.
Well,
No.
Their food coming out, I see.
well, we love this. Yeah. Arlene, you're wearing your hair lighter.
What?
Hi, love. Hi, love.
Thanks for coming.
You're
Bye.
Yeah, love you.
Okay.
Well done.
We're proud.
Okay.
You want us to leave. I get it. Great blouse.